Hello, Jessica. This is an attractive design. However, it's not meeting the assignment well. Understand that you should have one design that's repeated 4 times, and in each of those, you should have a different color harmony working according to the definitions for harmonies that were given in the Week 5 lectures. Now, as much as this is an attractive array of colors, you haven't limited the colors so that they meet any one of the harmony definitions. So please go back and complete this work according to the assignment. Repost today. Also, I'd like you to check your work for assignment 2. It doesn't seem as though you've posted what you intended to for that one. Well, Ashley, this is a fairly good job of completing assignment 3 for week 5. You know, it would help us to have the pointers in your color wheels. Please make sure to include pointers with your assignment 1 in week 6. Particularly in the case of tetrad, it would help us to see if the colors are spaced 6 steps apart. I do feel that the tetrad harmony is the most interesting. However, in triad and complementary, you have orchestrated the arrangement of the colors in more interesting ways. In other words, it's not just a random placement as it seems to be in tetrad. With monochrome, it would be best to work with one color versus neutrals. Hello, Shauna. Looking at the way you posted, I wasn't sure which of these was intended to be your final. So there's a set of 4, which was quite small actually, sitting on top of a set of 2 here in the review. Now 4 were due. However, I'm not sure why these 4 are so small. For presentation on web, please make sure that your work is sized about 600 pixels high by 800 wide. Now, looking at analogous, that harmony should be okay. With monochrome, you're not staying within one hue. So red, pink, maroon, all within the same hue would be monochrome. Red and orange, on the other hand, is an analogous harmony. Looking at the split complements, I believe your blue and red magenta colors are too far apart to serve as a pair of colors just neighboring yellow's complement. Looking at complementary, I noticed you've got a yellowish green and green leaning toward cyan. There should be just one green, the green that's opposite the magenta, for which you have a shade there, that purplish looking color. Triad is probably okay. Tetrad, I'm not sure without the pointers. Please make sure to get the pointers in your assignment 1 in week 6. And an easy way to do this is to start by picking the color from the color wheel. In other words, arrange your color wheel, point your pointers, and then take Photoshop's color picker and select your color from the color wheel. Then choose any tint, shade, or tone, or the saturated version of that very hue, and make yourself a little artist's palette from which to work. You know, I believe there were a few ideas for you about this in the drafts review. I showed you the work of Julie Farstad, for example, and some ways of working with tessellations with pentagons. The bottom end of this turtle is cut off, and I find that to be problematic. Also, your resolution needs work. Now, one more note on resolution. You know, if you started at low resolution, or if somehow you permanently lowered the resolution, you've got to go back and start over again. A lot of people feel like that is too difficult or too much trouble, but you know, if you did this once, you can do it again, and it's important to have the final project look good. It's important that your portfolio work should look good, so roll up your sleeves if that's what's necessary. Additionally, Photoshop will let you quote-unquote add resolution, but that will be through interpolation. In other words, Photoshop guesses, and the result always looks poor. So you must start at high resolution, 300 pixels per inch, 8.5 by 11 inches, and maintain that resolution. In other words, do not permanently reduce the resolution in order to get the results you'll need. Trisha, this work needs to be reposted for credit. You need to tell us which harmonies you're attempting to present according to those that were described in the lectures in week 5. And please also include pointers on your color wheels. It would be best if you could get those color wheels outside of the area of the art. They're not overlapping your art. Also, I want you to go and take a look at my drafts review, where I took a close look at this work among some of the other things presented in your class, and see some ideas there. This design is okay, but you could really push it towards something that would be positively lovely for your portfolio.